Hello everyone, it's Don once again with another look at the construction going on here in the Villages. This first shot is of the corner of Warm Springs Avenue and Middleton. Everybody thought, oh, they're going to start building here. Nope, it was actually just some drainage system repairs. My apologies for the long delay in getting this video out. About 2 weeks ago, I got an interesting phone call from the governor's office, and it kind of changed my priorities a little bit for a couple of weeks, but we're back on track now. This is the Southern Oaks Bridge. As you can see, they're making lots of progress on it. This ridge right here is going to be the divider between the regular car lanes and the multimodal or golf cart lanes. This bridge is part of the county's road building projects. It's being built by the developer of the Villages using Loire Construction, a Leesburg-based bridge building company. And the county doesn't have to make a payment on it for 15 years, and there's no interest being charged during that time either. Here's a closer look at some of the rebar that goes into building a bridge like this. Here's a closer look at that divider between the car lanes and the golf cart lanes. We'll take a look now at the other side of the turnpike. The brown area near the top is where Eastport is being built. And here you can see Bexley Trail that will go by Eastport all the way down to Central Parkway. As we rotate around, the main road you see here is McNeil Drive. McNeil will connect with Corbin Trail and eventually with County Route 501 or Marsh Bend Trail. Work has already started on the executive golf course and at the pitch and putt at the top of the screen. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we're going to do another fundraiser on March 18th of next year, 2023. The Noon Rotary Club of the Villages is helping me put this event on. It became a little overwhelming for me between all the other things I have going on, and of course emotionally it was very difficult, so I appreciate their help on this. I hope to see you all there. Let's take a look now at Sawgrass Grove. As you can see, they're doing a lot more work on the supports for the canopy. What's not readily apparent from the ground is that these canopy supports are very symmetrical. You can see that the construction of the left and right side is pretty much the same. It's very deceptive looking though from the ground. Work is still going on inside the Sawgrass Market. That should continue for a couple of more months. What's really not known though is when it's going to open. And of course staffing is probably going to be an issue as it has been for McCrady's. One interesting note for Sawgrass Market is a change in one of the restaurants. If you remember back a few videos ago, I told you what all the different restaurants were. There was supposed to be a vegan restaurant. Well, the vegan restaurant is gone, and now it's a sweet shop. Here's some more close-ups of the framing for the canopy. From below, the support arms look very random, but as you saw from above, they're all very symmetrical. This is McCrady's. It's been open for a couple of weeks now. Of course, the hours are very short, again because of staffing problems. This is one of the two bars below the control room. This is the front lots over at Magnolia Plaza. The near lot here is where CVS is going, and in the upper left corner is where 7-Eleven is going. Work has already started over there. This is the Omni building, which has about a half a dozen merchants that are going to go in it. Construction permitting for the build out of this building have all been filed, so it won't be too much longer until we see work starting. And of course we all know that McDonald's at Magnolia Plaza is now open. It's almost hard to believe that it's only been a little over a year since Magnolia Plaza opened and all the new businesses that have been built here. Definitely a growing area. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. This is the new section of Lake Deaton Plaza, and as the title goes, what's going in here? Well, here it is. It's Ethan Allen, the furniture store. They're going to occupy 3 sections of this building. Now, when I first heard Ethan Allen, my brain went back to the last time I was in an Ethan Allen store, which was 35 years ago when I lived in Connecticut, and it was all early American furniture. While I've looked at it since, and it's all nice modern furniture, I think it'll be a nice addition to this area. It'll definitely give the other furniture stores in the Villages area a run for their money. So far, the only other thing besides Ethan Allen that's going in here that I know of is a Jersey Mike's restaurant. This is the new 7-Eleven going in next to Shooter's World at the corner of Powell Road and County Route 44A. It should be open in about another month. They're making quick progress of the exterior, and I'm sure inside they're also working very quickly. Here's an overhead view of Powell Road and County Route 466, so you get a better idea of where things are. That's the Brownwood Hotel off in the distance at the top of the screen, and coming in from the left is the Lofts. And of course, this is Shooter's World. This is the village of Richmond. There's a lot of activity happening here. You can see in the distance they're starting to lay out the lots. This is the recreation area, the pool, pickleball courts, platform tennis, bocce, the usual selection of stuff here. This is also basically the closest, most convenient pool for those people that live in the northern section of the village of St. John's. Now, this coming up is veranda homes that are being built. They're using the prefab tilt wall construction. And off in the back here is courtyard villas. All the walls are up in this section of courtyard villas, and my guess is by the end of the week they'll start putting roofs on these buildings. Here's one of the neighborhood pools in the village of Richmond. What's interesting here is I can't find any mailboxes in this area, so that's going to be an oddity, something that we don't usually see. All the mailboxes for this area are over in this first recreation area that we saw. On the right side of the retention pond, you can see where they're putting in the walking paths, as we see around most of them now in the new areas of the villages. On Sunday, I took a drive through this area, and one thing I'll say is there's a whole lot of really nice view lots that they're building here. So this should be an interesting community and an interesting neighborhood with all the different views that people are going to have. This is the Richmond Pitch and Putt at the top of the screen. We'll take a closer look at it, and you can see that the fairways and the greens are all starting to turn out very nicely. This is supposed to be open sometime in the autumn, so this one looks like it's going to be on track. I can't say the same for the rest of them, but this one is definitely moving ahead very quickly. To the left of these trees, that's the starter shack. This is the Okahumpka Recreation Center. This is about 200 acres of wetlands right below the drone. As we head back north towards Brownwood, we see these two kind of unusually shaped retention ponds. I don't understand the shapes, but it is what it is. I'm sure they had a good reason for it. We'll come in a little closer and take another look at the Clarendon Recreation Area. Again, this recreation area is really the other half of the recreation facilities that's normally associated with a place like the Okahumpka Rec Center. It's just they didn't have the land to put it next to Okahumpka, so they split it up.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
This is the North Building at the intersection of US 301 and Warm Springs Avenue. Still no word on what's going in here yet. I'm looking all the time for something and I can't find anything that talks about what's going in. What we do know is that this one end unit here does have a drive-through window. It's not a bank, we know that much, but who knows what it's going to be. And here you can see the drive-through lane. I can't tell whether this is going to be one lane for drive-through or two because of this island configuration. We'll take a quick look now at the building across the street on the south side of Warm Springs Avenue. Again, we don't know anything that's going in here. I keep looking. As soon as I find something, folks, I'll let everybody know. This is the very south end of Hammock at Finney on Reeder Path. They've blocked off this dirt path here. This goes all the way around to the new water tower that was built about a year ago. This is the Marjorie O'Toole industrial area and where they're going to put some additional family housing. Whether it connects, I don't know. And someplace through this green area here, they're supposed to reroute US 301. Again, no definite date on when that's going to happen. That's up to the state. This is the Southern Oaks Bridge now from the other side of the turnpike. As you can see, lots of work still going on here. And we'll rotate around and you can see this is where Bexley Trail is going to go off to the right. There it is. And off in the distance is where Eastport is going to be. Work has already started on Eastport. They've started digging the 1 kilometer long lake, but there'll be more footage of that in just a minute. This is the Okahumpka Service Plaza on the Florida Turnpike. And you'll notice that when this is done, there's going to be golf courses on both sides. What an advertising tool that's going to be for people coming down with their kids to Disney World. Okay, now we're going to go up McNeil Drive, almost to County Route 501. This area is really being pushed to accommodate the opening of the bridge this coming spring. This way they have a path from Corbin Trail down to McNeil, all the way into Sawgrass Grove area, and all the way over to County Route 501. There are several large retention ponds in this area, and they're just now starting to fill them. If you look carefully, you can see some of the lot lines and the roads that are being laid out here. I'll rotate to the south now, and we'll take a fly over the area that's going to be the Woodlands Golf Course all the way down to about where Eastport begins. It won't be long now and they'll start the widening process of Marsh Bend Trail or County Route 501 going farther south all the way down to where it meets Central Parkway. This is starting at County Route 501, just to the west of where the 1 kilometer lake is being built for dragon boating that'll be part of the Eastport complex. The light area in the center of the screen is where the lake is being dug.
It wouldn't make sense if you turned on something in one room and it turned on everywhere else. That's exactly how traditional cooling and heating systems work. so you pay more than you should. But Mitsubishi Electric Systems give you a better way, with no waste and lower energy bills. Control temperatures precisely in one or every room with no new ductwork. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Make yourself comfortable.
This is the southeast corner of what will be Eastport. This is the intersection of Bexley Trail and Central Parkway. Central Parkway will run all the way down into Middleton. Eastport is scheduled to open in about 2 years, and it'll be about a year behind Middleton. Now, obviously when it opens, not all the stores and businesses will be there. It'll probably take 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 years for all the buildings to be occupied and fully populated. We've seen this on Brownwood and on Lake Sumter Landing, so it's nothing new. Here's the lake again. As you can see, they're slowly working at it. It's going to take quite a while to move this much dirt. The 2 water tanks in the upper left corner are your good landmarks for you if you're going down County Route 501 to see where this construction work is happening. This is the other new McDonald's that's being built in front of the Spar hardware store. It's right across from Publix in the Grand Tavares Plaza and across from the Brownwood Hotel and not far from Brownwood itself. There's no information out yet on when this one plans to be open. This is County Route 44 and Buena Vista. This is where they're building the Buena Vista extension. They're adding a straight-through lane and moving the turn lane at this intersection. Most of the underground drainage system for this roadway is now in, and they're putting in the curbs in preparation for actually adding the roadbed. I can't imagine that the residents of this community on the right are very excited about this roadway going in. Hopefully they'll put in lots of shrubbery and bushes to help dampen some of the road noise. Here's another look at this area tucked away in the back. Again, there's a retention pond, but this big area off to the upper left, still don't know what's going to go in there. It should be something interesting though. They don't do things like this without a good plan in place. This section of the roadway passed through some state-owned submerged wetlands, which caused its own set of headaches for building the roadway, and they had to drive a bunch of pilings in to support it. Looking a little farther to the south now, this is another residential area that's going to be built directly across from the Okahumpka Recreation Center. Here's a nice view of the Water Lily Bridge going over the Florida Turnpike. Here's another view of that 200 acres of wetlands that's being preserved in the village of Richmond. This is the village of Newell, just to the southeast of the village of Citrus Grove. You can see the roadbed has been put in place. We'll fly out and we'll take a quick look at the Franklin Recreation Area. You can see the ground's been prepped for the parking lot at the Franklin Recreation Area, and you can also see 2 steel structures that are going to be the 2 mail centers that will be supported by this area. This is unique. They have 2 mail centers for 2 different villages right next to each other, something they've not done before. At the top of the screen, you can see the layout for the new pitch and putt-and-play golf courses that they're building. They've said these are going to be open in late fall. It's going to be a tough one. They haven't got the grass planted yet, and it's going to take a while to green up. Off in the distance, at the top of the screen, is where the village of Lake Denham is going to be. Once again, if you look carefully, you can see that the lots are already being laid out. Many of the roads are being cut in. The residential streets are starting to get their curbs. The large rectangular retention pond is simply that. It's just a retention pond now. This is coming up on the Homestead recreation area. It's hard to say when this community will actually be open, but looking at how things are going, I would suspect by the end of summer they'll start building houses, and sometime around November they'll start selling them. Off in the distance here you can see the cement trucks where they're building the curbs for each of the roadways. Once again, folks, I'll say please stay out of the construction areas. They're a posted no trespassing area, and they're very dangerous. Just let the construction workers do their job and not have to worry about running over a golf cart. Now we're going to take a look at the Middleton area. Up ahead is the new high school. We'll get back to that in just a minute. First, we're going to go a little bit to the west. These rectangular areas are rapid inrush ponds for the wastewater treatment facility. Up in the distance, you can see where Central Parkway rejoins its original path as County Route 470. This is the K-8 school. All of the walls are now up and they're working on the roofs. The current charter school system is operating at capacity, so there's a big focus on getting these schools built so that they can expand their capacity and allow them to attract more workers to come here to the villages and work in this area. The areas to the south and west and surrounding the K-8 school are the family areas that are being built in Middleton. This building is the Early Learning Center. I'm at a loss to figure out what these 5 things here are at the top of the screen. Here's a closer look at the new high school complex. All the big cranes are gone. All the wall sections are up. You can see roofs are going on and lots of structural members being put in place. This area to the east of the high school is being fast-tracked for development. This is age-restricted community, in other words, the over 55 community, and a golf course that's going in. This is more of the area that's being focused on with the age-restricted development. They want this so that they can attract some of the businesses to the Middleton area. They got to have a customer base before the businesses will come. The striped area here that you see is the Duke Energy staging area. It's being relocated to along County Route 471. This area is used as a staging area for the service and repair vehicles during storm season. Many times some of the surrounding utility companies from surrounding states send down vehicles in preparation for disaster repairs. This is where many of them are staged. Here's another look at where Eastport is being built, very close to Middleton. These 2 projects together are a huge undertaking. With all this construction going on, labor is definitely short in supply. If you know somebody who's in the building trades, invite them down here. This is a place to work. Lots of long-term employment. This is the new neighborhood recreation area in the village of Deluna. This is the new section of Deluna that's just recently opened up. This area with all the plants is the butterfly garden that's being put in. The pool and all the recreational amenities in this area are now complete. I'm not sure when the official opening day is for this pool, but I'm sure it's very soon. This collection of blue roofs is the veranda area that I showed you a couple of videos ago that were under construction using the tilt wall construction method. This back section here near the intersection of the Turnpike and US 301 is now under construction. Since this video was shot, most of these courtyard villas now have roofs on them. I'll fly back down Marsh Bend Trail towards the older areas, and we'll get a nice view of all the work that's happening down here.
Hello everybody, my name is Joey Faulkner, owner and operator of 24-Hour Cart Club here in the Villages, a towing service provided strictly for golf carts, whether it be flat tire, run out of fuel, any kind of emergency breakdown. Feel free to call us. You can sign up online at 24hourcartclub.com. You can sign up over the phone, area code 352-661-0562. Use promotion code Wingnut, and that'll give you 3 months free on a year membership.
Well, that wraps up this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you once again. I'm Don Wiley.